Quality is the #1 attribute of our next guest. Making sure that all his products represent local organic ingredients is what makes his coffee bar so unique. Specializing in pour-overs, ice cream, and baked goods, this entrepreneur shares his story. Meet Quentin Sponselee.
I just never thought of myself as working the 9 to 5. That was never in my equation. I knew I wanted to try and create something, I just didn't know what it was. I'm Quentin Sponselee, owner and creator of local Krave coffee shops and Pali frozen organics. I was born in Calgary, Canada. Both my parents immigrated there from the Netherlands. Soon after I was born, we moved to Houston, Texas, where I spent my childhood. It was cool growing up in the South because you have a really neighborly dynamic there. My dad is a serious workaholic. The workaholic has definitely, it's crossed over. I get that from my dad, if anyone, so it doesn't hurt when you're an entrepreneur and your to-do list never ends. I started a company 10 years ago called Terremoto. It took me 2 weeks to get my first booking. I hounded the hotels till literally they called me. I left a pretty well-paying job to do it, and we made it somehow. 10 years later, I sold that company, but started my food businesses here 2 or 3 years ago. And Terremoto, we didn't quite make it, but I've started 2 other businesses that are starting to gain serious traction. Started local Krave in 2015 and Pali in 2014. The biggest attraction is our buttered coffee because a lot of people have heard of that. Not many people have actually gotten to try it. A lot of people have been doing it at home. They don't even know if they've been doing it right. And so they come here and they try ours and they go, wow, yeah, you're doing that right. Like, how do you do that? That's the beautiful thing about good food and especially great food. You know, once kind of your taste buds are ruined for a certain level of product, like you just can't go back to the other stuff. Your happy place isn't there anymore. So above all other strategies here, we tool around with the flavor until we're like, yeah, that's fire, man. I don't think I've ever experienced anything better than that. So we're going with that. What I enjoy most is the creation of new products for people that I don't feel they can get anywhere else. Creating things where I have this psychological kind of profile of my customer of an itch that that I see needs to be scratched. Because I've seen other people kind of scratching it, and I'm like, they're not quite getting it right. So that's, you know, and then watching that happen is just, you know, that makes life worth living for me. When it's all said and done, I'll be remembered for a lot more than just great food. I'm Quentin Sponselee, owner and creator of local Krave and Pali frozen organics, and you are watching The Block.
Pick up a hot brew at his coffee bar located at 3642 Midway Drive in San Diego.